Now this pH was just a check of acidity, basicity, or if it is neutral. So how can we check the strength of an acid? Suppose you have a question like a substance, an acid has pH, suppose A has pH 2 and B has pH 3. So you have compare the strengths of A and B. Compare the acidic strengths of A and B. So we have pH 2 and we know that as the pH will increase, the H plus concentration, it means that the H plus concentration is decreasing. And if the H plus concentration is decreasing, it will become less acidic, because you have lots of H plus, so it is a very strong acid. If you have very less H plus, it is a very weak acid. So A's pH is 2, B's pH is 3. B's pH is greater than A. So the B's H plus concentration will be less than A. H plus concentration, you can remember like this, H plus concentration is inversely proportional to pH. So the pH of B is greater, so the H plus concentration of B will be lesser. And if H plus concentration of B is lesser, then B is the weaker acid, because its H plus concentration is less, and A is the stronger acid. So we can compare the acidic strengths of two acids by using this concept of pH. So we see that the pH 0 will be most acidic, and pH 7 will be neutral. pH 6.99999 will be the weakest acid, and pH 7 it will become neutral. And as we increase from 7, the acidity further decreases, and if the acidity decreases, the basicity increases. So after 7 it becomes basic, and it becomes more and more basic as we approach from 7 to the last point, which is 14. pH is generally not measured beyond 14. So this pH, as we go from 7 to 14, the basic nature or basicity increases, because the H plus ion concentration further decreases and OH minus will increase and increase, so the basicity will increase. So this pH scale, which we call, is a scale from 0 to 14. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is our pH scale from 0 to 14, where 0 is most acidic, 7 is neutral, and 14 is most basic. So this, as we go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, 0 is most acidic, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 become lesser and lesser acidic, and at 7 it becomes neutral. After becoming neutral, it increases to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and thus it becomes basic, and as we proceed it becomes more and more basic, and at 14 it becomes most basic. So this pH paper which you have has 14 different colors. I mean, if you dip it in a substance, it will show one of the 14 colors, and by that color you can recognize whether the pH is, there is a specific color corresponding to a specific pH. Like for 0 it is totally red, and the red becomes fainter and fainter, and by the time it reaches 4 it becomes yellow, and this yellow by the time it reaches 7, 8 it becomes around blue, greenish blue, it becomes green only, and as it approaches from 7 to 14 it finally becomes dark blue. From green it changes to light blue first, and at 14 it is very dark blue, almost violet. So depending on which color the pH paper has shown when you dipped it into that substance, you have the different pH, the pH of that substance. So if it showed really very dark blue, the pH would be 14. If it showed a greenish sort of color, the pH would be 7. So that is your pH paper. Now we know that, actually we don't know, pH is very important for our life. You'll see that our blood, human blood, is basic, slightly basic, not very basic. Its pH varies from 7 to 7.8. So the human blood is a little bit basic because we have the adaptability to a little bit basic, and we want a pH between 7 to 7.8. We are comfortable in that pH. And if it becomes acidic, then we will not be able to survive. We can survive in only this very short range of pH of blood. You know, these aquatic plants and animals, they also have pH, the sea will also have a pH, a range of pH in which the aquatic animals can survive. If the pH falls below or goes beyond that range, the aquatic animals will die because they will not be able to survive in that pH. And you know, we have acid rain. This acid rain has a very low pH. Low pH means it is acidic. So this acid rain, when it falls on the soil or on the grounds, it damages the soil and if it falls on our body, it will damage our body also, because it is very low. It is not very low, it is a low pH, and our body is not comfortable in low pH.